what are the little cookies?
Shortbread.
No, the French ones.
Soda bread.
More French than that.
Hello, and welcome everyone to episode 243 of The Mashup, the best bourbon conversation you're going to hear all week long. We're your hosts, Stephen, Anthony, and Kenny. Well, what's up, Kenny?
What's up, Peggy?
Peggy? Why'd you call me Peggy?
Don't you remember from our group text in that video?
Yeah. You caught me off guard for a second there. Yes, I do. You're the master of funny group text things, and I appreciate everything that you send. Even though I'm sure that the person sitting across the table from me probably wouldn't appreciate some of our group text messages, especially the ones that I send. Joining us tonight, it's Miss Shannon Mills.
Yeah.
Woo! So once again, we occasionally receive comments about the fact that we have a largely male audience, that we don't have a lot of female listeners, but we have a handful. So it's always nice to be joined by you, Shannon, to bring that perspective of an expert taster that you are. And if I will, what can we call you? We got to come up with a good nickname for you. I've caught her off guard.
I caught her off guard.
What do we call her? Should we call her L.A. Baddie? Lexington area Baddie. What do you think of that? I think that means like a raucous kind of a lady who's also confident and intelligent. So it's not a bad connotation, just so you know. Does that describe you?
Let's see. Well, we got Nancy the Nose Fraley.
Okay, there you go.
Now we got Shannon the Something Mills.
There you go. We got to figure that out. But Shannon, we're happy to be joined by you tonight.
Thank you.
And I wasn't planning on talking about any basketball, but Kenny reminded me that you are a fan of the Florida Gators.
That's right.
Yeah, there you go.
And
right.
they won, so they'll be heading off to the Final Four.
Yeah, absolutely. Here, Kenny, I'll help you out here. Kenny and I are having problems with the wires on our microphones, but we're going to leave that in there because
we're gonna have to go. We're gonna spend some money and go wireless.
Yeah. So Shannon, the other night when Florida played, I had some small bet on the game, and I'm like, I'm cooked here. This is not working out. And then Mr. Walter Clayton Jr. gets a rebound in front of the basket where he could have just put it right back up. I'm sure you were watching. Instead, he takes and dribbles out to the three-point line and does that fadeaway three, which was amazing because I didn't really bet for Florida to win. I just bet everything on Walter Clayton Jr. He's like the only person I bet on, like three-pointers, points, things like that, and he won for me.
So we're watching the game from a distance. I'm on the couch, which is across the room from the television. Kenny's at the dining room table.
Oh.
And we keep getting closer and closer, and he moves to the love seat, and I move to the chair right in front. And then we just sit there like the last probably 2 minutes of the game.
Okay.
Just sitting there, going on and on about what's happening.
Crazy comeback.
Yeah.
My kids actually, so I walked over to the neighbor's house because he has his garage kind of tricked out with like all kind of TVs and everything.
Yeah.
And happened to see him outside. So I went over there and I was sitting in the garage watching. Both my kids came out of the house yelling because they did brackets this year and they both picked Florida.
Bless their little hearts.
That was really cute. So I was like, hey, they're still in basketball. That's fine, even though our Cats lost. And we talked about the fact that was a possibility. I can't believe they lost to Tennessee of all teams. Yeah. So even with the Cats losing, my kids are still into it. They were like diehard rooting for Florida.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
What was the connection again? Why are you a Florida Gators fan? Are you from Florida originally or something? Or is that just a thing that you did?
Well, I was born here.
Okay.
In Lexington, and then I did live in Florida for some time. In and around the Orlando area, and then in Gainesville.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So that's when you became a Gators fan.
Yeah.
And Kenny, how do you tolerate that?
Well,
I love trying to start stuff between y'all.
You do, man. What's up with that?
There you go. Here we go.
Well, none of our kids went to the University of Florida, so that helped him quite a bit.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
I mean, we would always get killed by them in football, but we'd usually beat them in basketball.
Right.
So it was okay. And then here lately, we've been beating them in football a little bit, but they've been beating us in basketball a little bit. So it goes back and forth. It's all good.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't claim to like know a ton about the rivalry. I just remember the one time when we were close to beating them in football. We hadn't beaten them in years. I was down like that place that was underneath Rupp Arena. You know, I'm talking about that bar that was down there.
Yesterday's.
Yeah, yesterday's. I once witnessed a really weird interaction where a guy and a girl were on their first date, which happened to be that Florida UK game where we lost in like the last second or whatever by 3 on like a field goal. And this guy went ballistic, and the girl was embarrassed, and she said, "This is the first night that I'm out with him," and it was the most awkward thing ever. And I'm like, here's a UK fan embarrassing the crap out of themselves.
Get used to
Drunk
it.
as a skunk.
Yeah,
over Florida UK. So
there's some very passionate fans.
passionate. That's one way of putting it. Now, you guys, I think the Final Four is set. It's going to be Auburn in Florida and Duke in Houston. Mm-hmm. And so how are you feeling about the prospects here of Florida? You think that they're going to do it? I mean, I picked them as a national champion. I'm just going to come out and say it. That was my pick in my bracket. I don't think I'm going to win my bracket, though.
Yes, I think Florida. Yeah, I think they're plenty capable of doing it.
Right.
I just wish it was flipped.
Oh, you mean you wish
Where
you play? Kenny's about to murder the dogs.
Diesel.
The dogs.
Diesel.
Okay, so much for conversation. The dog's got other ideas.
Go.
I just wish they were flipped, so it wasn't like conference on conference.
I got you. So
Yeah.
you want to be playing Duke, right? Or Houston.
Sure.
Or Houston.
Man, Duke obviously looks great.
They do.
I swear I'm gonna kill these dogs tonight. I'm gonna kill them. Duke looks great. Houston, based on what they just did, is like, gosh, they look great. So I don't know. They're all clicking, man, right now. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm actually jealous that we're not going to be in the Final Four, but I knew it was a tall order anyway for UK. I think they performed as well as they could this year, and I'm not like upset about it or anything. I got over it pretty quickly. Plus, I thought it was cool that all the guys were sitting there in the press conference saying things like, "Come here, if you're in the portal, you want to come to UK," all that stuff. So I think the future looks bright. I mean, I'm trying to focus on the teams that are remaining. I do think that Duke probably looks the best going in, but let's be honest, all of them look great going in. I mean,
Yeah.
Duke beat Alabama by 20 points. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought Alabama had a chance in that game. They had no chance. They got
Just-
waxed.
I guess just the previous game where they made 25 3-pointers.
Yeah.
I don't know if they just
I went to
spin it all
bed
in
during
or
that
what?
game, so I don't even know what
You
happened.
went to sleep. Well, you know what? Because the games have been so late, I've been struggling to stay awake for a lot of them too. Because once I crash out from the day and I'm just sitting there, I'm like, it kind of gets boring sometimes. So, especially when it's a blowout. So I don't make the end of some of them either. But so what else is going on with y'all? Kenny, you look beat up today. What's up? What's the deal? Where's the energy?
I need some quick energy juice here.
You didn't drink any coffee today, like 1 cup, and that was it.
That might be it then.
Kenny, you're still the only person I know that can basically sip coffee and bourbon at the same time and still figure out tasting notes. I don't get that at all, but yeah.
Coffee's
And
a good
we
little
can both
neutralizer.
drink coffee and go right to bed.
Really? See, I'm not like that. If I load up on too much coffee, I have hallucinations. Seriously. Like, that's what's wrong with me. You know how you guys are like, what's wrong with you? That's what's wrong with
You
me.
drink
If I get-
mushroom coffee? Is that what you drink?
There is a thing about that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Does it actually make you hallucinate like that?
No, it's a different kind of mushroom.
Oh, okay.
Not the fun ones.
Well, then I don't want it. Oh, man. But it is allergy season. The bluegrass is now in full swing. I think it was about a month ago when things started blooming, and I was like, oh, things might happen for me. Well, they're happening now, and I'm definitely struggling a little bit when it comes to my allergies. But
Yeah, I've gone outside to a yellow truck a few times.
yeah, the yellow truck is followed by me spending time outside. Like today, I was outside doing some yard work, and as soon as I came in, I was just like a mess. Yeah, there's really nothing, and I'm my own worst enemy because I don't take care of with allergy medicine or the very least, hey, take a shower, and then you get the pollen off you. Sometimes I forget, and then it's like I'm sleeping with that. But it's like, you were snoring a lot. You sounded all funny. I'm like, yeah, because I got freaking allergies that are going crazy. Yeah,
You should take some colloidal silver.
Oh my God. Got any homeopathic things? I don't want to turn blue.
Just saying.
Well, listen, I just give the dogs their tech.
There you go. Perfect. Well, that's what I'll do. I'll take the advice there. So,
Anthony, do we have any reviews this week?
yes, we actually do. So after a little while where we had a drought going on, we actually have quite a few reviews rolling in, so please keep those coming. This one came from Wolfie70, who entitled his review, his 5-star review, "Hilarious episode." He said, "Just listen to the Crit and Tin episode and I cannot stop laughing. Sorry, Steven, but Kenny is correct. Chick-fil-A chicken is far better than Cane's. I truly enjoy y'all's podcast. Unfortunately, a lot of whiskeys you try I cannot get in Virginia since it's a controlled state. I'm fairly new to whiskey, so do you have any shelfers in the $45 to $75 range that you would recommend? Keep up the wonderful enthusiasm. Thank you." And he actually signed it Eric Powers, so that's out there so we can say his name. Well, thank you, Eric. Do you know Eric, Kenny?
I do not.
I don't either. Sometimes when we get these reviews, we have people that have messaged us before, names that we recognize.
Interacted with us over a month, 6 months.
Interacted with us.
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 With a Z.
I love it. You know, it's funny how much I noticed that now. Like, we were talking to Bruce. I noticed Bruce says us too. And I was like,
that's just the correct way to say it.
Kentucky thing going on here. It's not the right way to say it. I love it. Y'all us. Oh man. Anyway, well, Eric, we really appreciate that review, and I think that maybe when we're talking next time, not on the spot here, we can give you some recommendations about some shelfers in the $45 to $75 range. There's so many bourbons out there.
Yeah.
The one thing we can say is, I don't know if you got any on the top of your head, Kenny or Shannon, if you have anyone to throw out. You can do that right now.
Yeah. I'll just off the top of my head, Old Forester 1910, Old Forester 1920.
Okay.
The Ben Holiday Standard.
Oh, yeah, the 6-year.
6-year. So I think it's $59.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I were to just say, hey, where's a good shelfer? I mean, those are some that are incredibly flavorful and readily available. Right.
I've made that Old Forester recommendation to many people. Like, if somebody asked me, I'm like, just you can go get that. I was at Costco the other day, and I think it was like $49.98 maybe for a bottle of 1920. Yeah. I damn near bought one because it was just like, that's a really good buy, because some stores charge up to $60 for it. But it's been a while since I had me some 1920. But yeah, we'll delve deeper into that topic in a future episode. But again, thank you for that. And if you out there in podcast land, listeners, would like to get a shout out, please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, send us a message on Instagram, do the Facebook thing. You can comment on YouTube. You could do whatever. Just don't indulge with any of the scammers that you'll find on our pages trying to add you to whiskey groups. So if you can do that, give us a review. We will give you a shout out the next time that we record.
I was talking to Jacob about that.
Oh, yeah? What'd he say?
His AI program.
Uh-huh.
He can go ahead and put one on that will like monitor our Facebook page.
Okay.
Instagram, all that stuff. And it literally can just wipe out all scammers. So,
oh, wow.
Boom. So,
okay.
Which is pretty cool.
Jacob's going to bring it hopefully here soon.
That was my idea.
That was your idea? Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, and while we're talking about it, I think most of our listeners are savvy enough, and we don't have a massive social media following, but without fail, whenever we post about our episodes being available, we always get some jackwagon who comes on there is like, join my barrel club, or I have one of these bottles on my top shelf. I love that. They're like, come view my top shelf. I'm like, what?
Are you interested in one of these bottles?
Are you interested?
Hit me up.
Hit me up. Get the DMs. Don't ever DM anybody that you see on our page unless it's one of us or somebody else that you might know that you're interacting with. So just be careful on any of the whiskey pages that you're doing. So, well, gentlemen and lady, we have a new bottle for this evening.
I am excited.
Yeah, brand new 2025 bottle. We'll get to where we got this sample from here in a moment, but this is the Jack Daniel's 14-year bourbon. Well, they call it Tennessee whiskey, right? But they also use the word bourbon in Tennessee. So we'll just say Jack Daniel's 14-year-old Tennessee whiskey. This is from the Jack Daniel's distillery. The bottle date is 2025. The ABV is 63.15. I came prepared today. Proof is 126.3. Mash bill is 80% corn, 12% malted barley, and 8% rye. I almost screwed that up. The age, of course, is 14 years. The MSRP is $150, and I don't know what the secondary is, but it's probably pretty high.
It is $7 to $7.50, and it will not go down.
Are you serious?
I keep trying to, hopefully waiting for it to go down, and it's not.
Man, when I typed it onto Google, I saw Fruit Bat had it for like $7.50, and I'm like, well, if Fruit Bat has, you got to get less than that, but apparently not.
The enthusiast pages, which do not exist.
Yeah, they don't. They're not even there.
They are still $700 as well.
Holy cow, man. So that one crept in there. I didn't realize that. Did $700. So
Yeah.
we couldn't get our hands on a bottle. And where did we get this from?
We got this from John L.
John L.
up in old Michigan.
Yeah, John is a friend and a listener, and we appreciate him for giving us this sample. So, where is
He
the
also
sample
gives
at?
us good snacks.
Oh, he gives good snacks
Well,
too?
not you, but
Not
to me.
Okay, well, that's
Yeah.
good. Well, what kind of snacks? What's the last snack that you got from John that you remember that you were really liking?
This popcorn.
Pickles.
Pickle. Oh, nice.
Oh, what are the little cookies?
Shortbread.
No, the French ones.
Soda bread.
More French than that.
Oui, oui, soda bread.
Kenny, I didn't know you had a French accent going, man. That's pretty good. I like that.
I ate a lot of French fries growing up.
So, yeah, that's good that John's done that and hooked it up. So,
He's supposed to be coming down, and when we do that trip in Nashville,
oh, okay.
we're supposed to say all stayed in the same Airbnb. So
Oh, nice. That'll be great.
that'll be fun.
Yeah. I mean, I forgot all about that trip, and now I have to make sure it's in the calendar so I don't have to, remember
I
2 days
forgot
before.
all about that trip too.
Yeah. No, I'm famous for this, so I'll commit to something, and then like 3 days before, I'm like, oh, that's 3 days from now? Uh-oh. Shannon's looking at Kenny.
I took Shannon to a trip in Michigan, and she hated it.
No, I did not
All you
hate
gotta do
it.
is sit around and
no,
drink bourbon.
No.
It's a bourbon
no,
trip.
Nope. You're telling that story.
You
You're
were
lying.
so bored.
Skibbity, nope.
You're lying.
You were not bored.
I was bored.
And I didn't realize y'all was going to sit and drink bourbon this long.
No, that's not what I said. That is not what I said.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the part of the show where I just keep quiet and observe and listen, and I don't interject myself into this conversation.
It's time that I kind of long for Jason or Steven right now. But
We didn't even tell people why Steven's not here tonight, because Steven started some fast. He's fasting.
Yeah.
And I hope he doesn't mind us telling the audience that.
yeah,
but
brand new shoes with lightning on them. The lightning bolt. He
fast.
See how fast I can run.
No, he's but I did that one time where I went 3 days with just like liquid and very little bit like juice and like very few things. And let's just put it this way: by the end of the third day, I looked gaunt. I almost peed myself, and yeah, and I never did it again. But we'll see how he comes out of it.
Yeah, I've done about a 24-hour fast. That's it. I need to do a longer one if I can just somehow do it. But
Yeah.
it's supposed to be really healthy for you. Some good benefits, but
Yeah.
it's just very hard.
Yeah, well, we'll see. He'll probably talk all about it when he makes his triumphant return. So can't wait for that. Where's the sample, sir? Are you going to get that one passed around?
Got it right here.
And while we're passing that sample around, I will bore the audience with my monotone voice.
Well, I got a question for you.
Oh, please.
I'm very excited and hyped for this.
Okay.
But do you want to taste it straight up as is, or do you want to taste it next to something else?
Ooh, you want to maybe blind it next to something?
I really want to get a sample of it, man, because the original 2021 Coy Hills that are just amazing, but all those are also hazmat. Those on their enthusiast market are still 9-something to 11-something.
Okay.
This is 700-ish. George T. Stagg has lately been 650. So it's one of those things is this worth secondary?
So do you want to blind it against?
Like how does this compare to our Jack Daniels pick that we did?
Well, that's what I was getting ready to say. We have a lot of experience with Jack Daniels products, and in the best of 2024, we had 4 whiskeys in there. We had a Coy Hill Rye, which was a single barrel selection from the End Alls. I think it was David Jennings and those folks that selected that, right?
Yeah.
We had our liquor box rye and bourbon. And then we had the Coy Hill. All 4 of those were in the best of. And none of the best scoring one was actually that rye at 18, I think. And then after that, everything was between 20 and 35. Yeah. So they were pretty good. They hung pretty well. But
so we just taste this as is if you want, and then maybe blind it toward the end of the show, or the first time you drink it can be in a blind. It's up to you.
What do you think, Shannon? Do you want to make a decision here?
Yeah, we can blind it.
Do you want to blind it?
The last episode I was on with you guys was a Jack Daniels, I think.
That's right. It was
Yeah.
that Silver Traveler,
mm-hmm.
which I said they could take it and put it on a plane and fly it to wherever they wanted to, as long as they didn't have to drink it, right?
Yeah.
No, it was just okay.
Right.
It was 100 proof, bottled and bond, I think, right? So it was at least 4.
I think
6
I
years
said
old.
you should try it if your friend bought it.
That's right. You did. That's exactly right. And I think, I would recommend that. So what are we going to do here?
What should we blind it with? Our regular pick, but those are $80, $90. So then they have no secondary hardly, or should we put it against like a 2021 Coy Hill?
Ooh.
I don't think I've got last year's Coy Hill left that we used in the blinds.
Okay. I'm for either. I think it would be fine to use our pick too, because I thought that was a really good representation of Jack Daniels. So, and if the pick beats it, then we saved everybody a lot of time and money.
I don't think I've tried the pick, have I?
Ooh, that's even another reason maybe you can use it. This is my favorite part of the
remember.
night, when Kenny's leafing through these bottles like he knows what's over there.
I usually know. I'm just.
These are his sample bottles, by the way. They take up approximately about a third of the table.
Mm-hmm.
We barely have room for the microphones, and that's what you hear clanking in the background, just in case anybody's wondering. And I just like to keep talking to see if I can get him frustrated by the time he gets back to his microphone. He said he's okay. Oh, all right. This happens all the
Quick
time.
intermission.
Yeah, he runs off just in the middle of the show all the time. Steven and I have to cover
We could
for him.
probably carry the show ourselves.
I think so. I mean, do you want to just go get something off the shelf and we can start blinding?
Sure.
It's like, let's do this.
Yeah, buddy.
I know. So all the normal people that drink whiskey, we're happy to just have one blind to go against. But since we're in this weird abusive podcast that we have, Kenny has decided that one blind to taste this Jack Daniel's 14 for the first time is not enough. He's got now 2 blinds in front of us. And then I think our plan is to have an episode with blinds that we also record sometime tonight. So that's a lot of fun. Thank you, Kenny.
Are we in the same order? So
Okay.
Anthony and I are in the same order.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll have to do table talk. But you know what, Shannon?
What's up?
There's times where I'm spot on, same exact, getting the same nose, taste, everything that you are. And then there's other times where we're far apart.
Kenny and I are like that. We're 50-50.
Really? Okay. Because the times I've seen, there's been times where, like, when we did that Knob Creek barrel pick, the 3 of us.
Yeah.
And then there was also others there as well. But I liked one better than the one that you guys liked. And you relied on that one, and I was off in left field somewhere. So, and I was right. I'm going to let Shannon decide.
I'm not going to flip anything.
You're not going to. Oh. Okay, hold on one second then.
I have to do this for him all the time.
All right. Come on, Kenny. Come on, Kenny. Come blind whiskey. All right.
Well, why do y'all have 3 blinds? Huh.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I just said.
Oh,
What are you
I was
doing,
messing
man?
with you.
Gosh, dang it. So now that we have 3 blinds in front of us and we don't know which one is the JD, I would like to take this opportunity for a minute to tell you quickly about the brand. Jack Daniels has said this is the first time since the early to mid 1900s that Jack Daniels has offered an expression at this age. So apparently sometime in the early 1900s they had 14-year-old whiskey. They talk about their process. It's the same process they use to make their regular Jack Daniels, same mash bill. You know, charcoal mellowing each drop by drop, slow charcoal filtering. What a weird process. Anyway, after they do that, they age these barrels in their barrel houses, not rick houses. And they were relocated after aging in the upper floors to the lower floors to extend the aging process. And after the barrels were expertly blended, they ended up here in this basement via sample from Mr. John L. So I just want you guys to know that whiskey and liquid proves that legends aren't made overnight. They're crafted over time. What a strong statement from Jack Daniels, ladies and gentlemen. I might just end right there. I mean, I don't think we need anything else, do we?
Nope. I'll be a try.
Try. I'm also going to be a try.
Which we've talked before on some of the other episodes. If you haven't been to the Jack Daniels distillery, you actually have to go. It is flat out an awesome experience, amazing place. The history there, the way their grounds are laid out, everything is made there. All their tons of rick houses. They are
barrel houses.
Or barrel houses. I'm sorry. You get to see them, do the charcoal there. And something I learned while I was down there. I mean, this is I don't know what I was down there. A year ago, 2 years ago, whatever it was, a year and a half ago. But all that charcoal filtering, I didn't realize till I went down there because I never really read their website that was charcoal filtered before it goes into the barrel.
I didn't either.
I was like, why are you filtering all this stuff after the fact? So they don't actually filter it after the fact. I mean, or just standard, but it didn't like chill filtered or anything.
Right, and they claim that the charcoal filtering doesn't impart flavor, but I think they're lying.
I mean, I guess it mellows it some. They say that it gets rid of
impurities.
The actual corn oils, they say,
yep.
And some other stuff they say.
Yeah,
it's like 10 foot tall mellowing tanks. So the charcoal is stacked in a big round cylinder, huge cylinder. It's like 10 foot tall.
Yeah. Actually, when you were talking about doing a pick there, I just remembered that I get to go there this summer again.
Ooh.
I'm going there with Big John Litford from Jackson Wine and Spirits.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I haven't been down to see them in a while, and I miss them. So sorry, Eric and John. I just got busy with life and a lot of other things, but I am committed to that barrel pick. So I think that's sometime in May.
Nice.
And I guess if they need an extra person, Kenny, I'm going to tell them, who they can call.
Shannon.
No, but that should be fun. I don't know if we're picking bourbon and rye, but I'm looking forward to it. The only thing is we're doing it all one day. So we're going to drive. I'm not driving, of course. I think they're going to load up the SUV. We're going to go there, pick, and drive back to Lexington the same day.
That's a quick turnaround.
That is. So I said we should stay over, and I can't remember. John said something funny like, well, what are we going to do, have some party or something? He's like, we're going to come back. Something like matter of fact. He's so funny. I love him. He just was kind of like, no. He just like looks, he's like, oh, we're going to do that? No.
You know what you're picking?
I think it might be both, actually, but I'm not sure.
Hopefully it's both.
I think it is both.
Yeah, I went with OBC and with Liquor Box, and we did both each time. It was really cool.
Yeah, no, I'm getting to see a lot of people get to go on barrel picks. Recently at Jack Daniels, I think our buddies up there, Bourbon Hunters, just went as well, and everyone loves it. Like, they just can't stop posting pictures about it and talking about it. It's just insane.
They have some of the best barrel program pick people down there. The actual tour guides are great. Like I said, the facility is really awesome. Just seeing everything there. And what was the...
Except for the fact that it's in Tennessee. Don't hold that against them.
There's a little, down there. And then the last time we were down there, from what and I heard somebody else say it too, that, we were kind of having a tough time deciding between a couple of barrels. And I heard them say, we can take both if you want. So that might be why there's more and more people getting to go on some picks. They might have might have a lot of good barrels at that 8 to 10, 9 to 11, 9 to 10-year-old age if they're really wanting to move, maybe.
Well, when they're a top producer like they are of bourbon and whiskey, in the world, it wouldn't shock me. So there you go.
I'm going to go nose here a little bit and taste a little bit.
So for me, just talking here, and Shannon, you can chime in if you'd like, because I would love to hear your perspective since we have matching glasses. My furthest right glass has like a crazy nose on it. Like crazy. Like maple and like just dark, dank, like all kind of sweetness. Like that's my far right glass, but I don't know. What do you think?
So my far right glass has a crazy nose on it.
But not in a good way?
It's a little bit different from yours. I don't even want to say what it is.
Oh, please, yeah.
Because it's so bizarre.
It's bizarre, okay.
So it is sweet. There is like a sweet fruitiness, but there is a green to it.
Green? Okay.
And it is like a green bean.
Wow.
Like there's a little like savoriness underneath of it.
Wow. That's interesting.
Can I see your far left glass? Can I see your far right glass?
You poured them.
Yeah, I couldn't remember which one I did to which side, though.
Uh-oh. How about that?
Yeah, so now we're good.
So you know what both of these are.
This thing, yeah.
So then that means my...
No, man. I couldn't remember which one I flipped on those two.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't wait to taste these. The nosing, though, I mean, they're all good noses. So are you going to tell us, are these all JD products or not?
Not.
Not, okay. I just don't have enough experience. I mean, I have a lot of experience with JD, but it was a more recent thing that I've done.
Here's the thing, like, I only have this sample.
Right.
It's about gone. So if we had like a whole bottle of this, we could have done like a traditional episode, tasted it, do this, do that, then we could have blinded it later.
Right.
But that's all I got, and it's gone after that. So
That's true.
So we got to blind it now to see if it's worth the secondary hype,
Yeah, because if it is worth the secondary hype, then it's something we're probably going to have to either wait for it to calm down or go out and combine some powers to get a bottle from the markets that don't exist, so that we can put on our best of blinds for 2025.
Just got to try to find some people that will get lucky at retail that would be like willing to split a bottle with us or something, like somebody's close to us.
Hey, please join our Patreon, and as a reward for joining our Patreon, we're going to sap bottles from you. If you're in a top tier and you get a bottle at retail, you can please send it to us. I'm just playing.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good though.
Oh, wow. So, Kenny, I'm trying to break a rule here, and not intentionally. You always say, do not try to guess what something is. And I'm not trying to guess what it is.
I think you are.
No, I'm not. I've just convinced myself that whiskey number 1 somehow tastes a lot higher proof than whiskey number 2 and left to right. I haven't tasted 3 yet. So I'm guessing that this is just a more proofy whiskey. That's all. But the one with the crazy nose I haven't got to yet. Yeah. Crazy nose going down the hatch.
I think 2 feels proofier than 1.
You think so?
I do.
Wow. Wow. I thought it drank smoother. I thought it was smooth and vanilla. It wasn't smooth and vanilla. That's just what I'd like to say, Oh, my God. I just noticed something. Shannon, you're wearing a freaking old Louisville shirt. Welcome to the club. I love it. So I look over. Kenny's not wearing it tonight, but Shannon is. This is an old Louisville household. I love it.
Go, Amin.
There you go. We tease Kenny about his old Louisville shirt, all the time.
I always have to check him every day to make sure we're not wearing the same T-shirt. And I keep telling him, this is not Kings Island. We don't dress alike.
I love it.
I do it on purpose sometimes, too. Like, I sneak a shirt on, right? She's already outside, and I'll go change shirts.
It makes me
it's
mad.
both old Louisville, so we go to Sam's Club or go wherever, we're both wearing the same shirt.
But it's not always old Louisville. It's, because we have...
Banners.
Yeah.
Yep. In the semi-cold weather, we have the Banners hoodies that we wear.
Really? Nice. I love it. Support Amin and Mrs. Old Louisville shirt.
She has an RV.
What's that?
She has an RV.
There you go.
Winnebago.
Winnebago.
It's not a Winnebago.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're mid-sip there when I did that.
Right, that's all right.
Anyway, so right now, before I reveal anything, well, I am going to reveal, sorry. My last place, I think, is solidly going to be glass number 1.
Same.
Oh, wow.
There's one your far left, you're saying?
Far left, yeah. I think far left's going to be my last place. Not because it's bad whiskey. Let me clarify that. Because it presents like a pretty classic Jim Beam with a little proofiness that... I said Jim Beam. Sorry, I meant Jack Daniels. It presents like a very classic Jack Daniels with a little bit of peanuttiness to it and a little bit of oak stringency that is pleasing to a certain extent. There's a point in time in the finish where it kind of turns over and it just isn't as nice as the front palate. And so that's what I'm feeling right now. And I'll talk about the other 2 glasses in a second. But not bad whiskey by any means.
It does have that astringency to it. It is about midway through, and then out the end, it's kind of sharp.
Yep.
And the sweetness is only in the front. And
Right.
it does not last long.
Yep.
And when the sweetness is gone, you're left with this weird, very woody, sharp kind of earthiness.
I agree. I would have called it like a toffee peanut brittle type of a flavor up front. That's what I'm getting, which I like a lot. But the finish is kind of hurting me a little bit. So there you go. Yeah, there you go. And Kenny, we don't even know what you're doing because your glasses, we have no idea what you did over there. So you're out on your own. You're on an island, sir.
I don't want to try to guess anyway.
There you go. All right. Well, it's going to be between 2 and 3 for me, dog.
2 and 3. All right.
Well, left
For
to
both
right.
of you, all right?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be funny if the first one's the JD14. I just hacked your whistling.
They're kind of neck and neck, but I think I like 3 the best.
You know what's funny? I think 2 is like a very chocolatey, brownie, dank, wonderful, and 3 has a lot of fruit and takes me on a lot of twists and turns. I like them both. It's really tough between 2 and 3, massively tough. If one of these is our barrel pick, then I'm going to be like, yippee, I got 4 bottles of this. I mean, and even if one of them's not, if the first one I said I don't like it, but again on this panel, that could be our barrel pick too.
Number 2 makes my mouth water.
in a good way.
Yeah, it just makes
Yeah.
my mouth water.
We got salivating going on, ladies and gentlemen.
But it's more not enjoyable because of the taste. It's only enjoyable because of the feel.
Okay, so the mouthfeel is what's got that going. Let me see here. Holy cow. 3 almost like reminds me of oh man, if these are all Jack Daniels, you said they're not though, so never mind. You said they're not all Jack Daniels. I'm torn between 2 and 3. I'm going to make my final decision here in a second.
I have my decision made. I'm out of order.
You've made it already?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're waiting on me then.
No, y'all are fine.
I got to move my arse.
You know your first, second, third?
3, 2, 1.
So your far right is your first place.
No, my left.
I thought you said 3. Oh, as far as first place.
3 is my. These are my top choices in
Okay.
order. 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
You know, it's
But
funny.
you didn't like 3.
No, I like 3.
No, I'm sorry. You didn't like 1.
1 we both agreed was last, right?
No,
Left.
she picked.
So I go 1, 2, 3.
Oh, no. You always go left to right.
No, I don't.
Oh no.
When you're doing bottles,
Party
it's
foul.
A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3, and we here in America we actually read left to right. So your left glass is glass
no.
number 1.
I'm gonna
I
have
just want to make sure
I
we're on the
do
same
read
page.
left to right.
Okay,
And that's why this is.
but I'm saying that is glass number 1 when we're talking about Anthony.
Oh, okay.
So is that your glass number 1?
No, that's my one.
Mothers of Goose's Grim.
I've
Is that
never
your
heard it.
first place or?
This is my last place.
Okay, so that's also glass number 3. We're reading from left to right. So 1, 2, and 3.
Then I'm 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
But that's not the order I drink it.
I swear.
So wait a minute. You like glass 1 the best.
Yeah.
So we weren't talking about the same
So
whiskey
wait,
before.
we were not.
We
Talking
were
about
not.
opposites.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So I just wanted to clarify.
Well, I'm going to go different from you tonight, Shannon.
That's okay.
I am going to be left to right. I'm actually going to go 3.
Oh, don't mess with this. I swear I'm going to kill both of you all.
No. The left first
Okay.
glass is last place.
Okay.
This is second place in the
Okay.
middle.
So you are 3. Yeah, okay. So I feel you.
opposite?
Y'all are
I'm the
literally the
opposite.
opposite.
We're literally opposite.
Both y'all have the same second place, though.
Right.
All right.
Are you going to reveal right now? Because I need to prepare myself.
Well, what's.
I need a clean
But hang
pair of
on, I
pants
need-
or everything.
Let me try your far left glass, Shannon, please.
Clean pair of pants needed for this reveal.
I swear, I thought Stephen was not here tonight. I freaking swear.
Steven's so proud of you right now, Shannon, for carrying the torch.
Listen, I love him.
Oh no, I know. I'm just saying, like the fact that when we blind, he always does funny stuff, and it just has matched up completely tonight when we blind.
So the common denominator's Kenny.
It must be, yeah, I think so. I'm revisiting now. You have me questioning what I'm doing here.
No.
Yeah, I'm not. Left glass is definitely still last place for me.
I just make sure they're not mixing up when I know what I'm doing. I didn't take a picture.
You're still the problem.
I am actually the problem.
You always have to take a picture.
Tonight I am the problem.
You always have to take a picture.
I know you always have to take a picture. You literally do.
You do. Yeah.
I might have to do a taste test in just a second. Make sure to save some of yours, Anthony.
Okay. I won't drink it all, even though I'm
Is this
tempted.
how it always goes on the show?
No, because usually we get up and like leave, and then I'll take a picture. And I didn't take a picture tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always have to take a picture because I'm notorious for messing this
Yeah,
up.
I always have to take a picture because Kenny always accuses me of getting his blinds wrong.
I've been
and
here.
that's why I don't like to blind
Yeah.
him because he fights me on it.
In fact, in all the time I've known you guys, one of the most uncomfortable nights was a night when I can't remember. I think I went to the soccer match and I ended up over here like unannounced. I just said like I don't want to go home yet. We were supposed to go to dinner. Then I texted my wife and said to stop at Kenny's to pick up something. But I stayed here for a while and we did a blind.
I know what night that was.
Yeah, and you were sitting over there on the couch.
Yes.
And after whatever happened, he was at you, you're at him, and I'm just like, I shouldn't have come
It
over
was
here.
Willet. It was Willet.
It was Willet. Is that what it was?
And it wasn't even a huge fight.
No, it wasn't.
Like,
no, it wasn't a fight. It was
but
just it
he
was a
kept-
spirited
it was
conversation.
the way
Can I have your
that,
far right glass, Anthony?
Yeah.
that I wrote it down. He did not like that. And then accused me of doing his blind wrong. So I stopped blinding him. And now
Okay.
he has to beg me to do it.
Oh, I see. I see.
Typical marriage.
Yeah, I know.
Arguments, here and there. It's all right.
The other day with my wife, I was having an impromptu tequila tasting in my garage. Steven stopped by, Jason stopped by, and she walked outside. I'm like, taste this tequila, and she's like, what? Because my wife's not sipping tequila neat. She's like,
Far
oh, it's
left.
actually pretty good. And so that's the extent of like she does not. My wife doesn't drink bourbon. She'll nose it, and go like, "Oh, that smells great" or whatever. But if she tastes it, she's like, her response is, "Pah," like that thing. You know what I mean? So she'll drink a cocktail though with it in there.
I don't like a bourbon cocktail. I like it neat, or like a whiskey cocktail. I like it neat.
I got it right in my head good.
Okay.
But I don't like tequila.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's actually Steven's brother brought a tequila over during the holidays. I think it's called Lalo, Lalo. It's a high proof tequila because tequilas are mostly 80. It's 108 proof. Mm-hmm. Damn thing is great. I actually wanted to mention that because he left it over, and I told Steven you could take it, but he wanted to leave it like as a, because we had him over for bourbon tasting and everything else, and he's a tequila sipper. So I just got into that bottle the other day, and I was like, dang, this is actually really good.
Yeah.
And so thank you, Anthony. His name's Anthony too. So from one Anthony to another, thank you.
All right. So on my glasses, what did you mix?
I didn't mix anything because Shannon and I decided that we weren't going to participate in any shenanigans. So we left them the exact same way that they were.
All righty.
Is that good or bad?
Are you disappointed?
Are you disappointed in that?
No, I am very happy in this.
Oh, okay. All right. There you go. Very happy.
All right.
I'm ready.
And
Need a clean pair of pants, sir.
no, I
Clean
am.
pants.
All right. So what you just did and you did, thought that's how it would go.
Really? Oh.
And so earlier when you're talking about your 3 and all that, and you had
Oh,
it
you were
backwards,
thrown off.
I was thrown off because I was like, dang, I didn't think she would do that, but she did. But you didn't, so that's good.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. So
Well, what's number 2 since we both agree on 2?
number 2 is the JD14.
You know what's funny?
Oh.
I thought it was going to be because that dark fudge chocolate, like it's crazy. Like it's got some great notes on it. Like fantastic. And it was a very tough for me between 2 and 3. I like the fruitiness of 3. But yes, that's not shocking to me that this is 14. It does not taste like JD.
Yeah. So your far left glass,
Mine.
which is your first place,
Yeah.
and your third place,
Yeah.
is our Jack Daniels pick.
I knew it. I knew it. Oh, I knew it.
So what order did you choose?
I'll tell you
two
mine in a
Jack-
second.
oh.
We don't
Okay.
know what the third glass is, though,
The
because.
third glass
Oh.
I chose very
Oh, God. it's
intentionally.
$40 bottle.
No, I chose intentionally.
Okay.
2019 George T. Stagg.
No wonder I liked
The
the
one I
best.
said
Because you don't like
smells
Buffalo Trace,
green.
though.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
Yeah.
in general, you do not like Buffalo Trace.
Right.
Just in general.
Right.
But the reason I chose that is I chose a traditional JD product, which is just our regular $80 single barrel pick.
Right.
And then I chose something that's secondary, $700, $800, $700. So based on your blind,
I'm
Anthony,
such a tater.
no, dude, 2019 George C. Stagg is freaking flat out awesome.
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
But I'm saying, so now that you have both of those and they're around the same secondary, you
Yeah.
would probably not go JD14. You would probably grab another Stag if you were to pay secondary. I'm
For
assuming.
me, yeah,
That was your number one winner blind.
to me they drink completely different. Like they're different drinkers altogether.
Oh, yeah.
But I do know this, and this is no disrespect to our pick because I think our pick is solid. It's just I think both of them are in a different camp, my opinion. But you, Shannon, you like that one the best. So
I did.
So for me,
yes, please.
what I poured, because the reason I didn't have you pour me my blind,
Right.
I guess I could have. I could have taken the sticker off. I just didn't want you all to know what you were blinded.
Okay.
So I wanted to be a double blind on that one in there. So I have our OBC Kitchen BHG Stag Junior pick from last year that finished so good.
That was a top 10 whiskey in the 2024.
And then that was my third one. That was my oddball out.
Okay.
Then I've got the pick that we did with JD, and then I've got the JD14.
Right.
So I went, if you look, first place for me was the Stag Junior pick.
Okay.
Second place was our Liquor Box Stag
Oh,
pick.
wow.
Last place was a JD14.
Really?
And look at my order. Yeah, it's just already done. Boom,
Wow.
boom, boom.
Wow.
So that's it's very eye-opening telling for me. So that's good.
Wow. I wanted one more sip of this JD14.
Oh, here you go.
No, I got a little bit left. In
You
the
sure?
glass.
All right.
Yeah. So,
You want any more? You want any more of this or no?
no, you can put
No,
it
here.
in. Okay.
Put the rest of it in there.
Okay. So it's a very good whiskey. I know we got to do pass, try, buy, and we got to rate it.
Yeah. We do have to rate it.
We
That's
do have to
right.
rate it. So that's going to be what we're focusing on here. For me,
Oh, I'm glad you said rate. I'm gonna use the last pour I've got for my score just for the score.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So Kenny and Shannon, husband and wife, gentleman and lady, if you will. Would you pass, try, or buy on this Jack Daniel's 14-year-old Tennessee whiskey?
You go first.
Okay.
There you go.
So although it finished behind our liquor box picks for me,
Right.
which is $80, it's still great. So I mean, retail, I've got to be a buy, even though it finished after that liquor box pick. And part of that too, the liquor box pick, man, I'm not just saying it. I mean, that to me was like Coy Hill-esque. I thought it was great.
Oh yeah.
So I would be a buy at that, but based on the blinds that we just did, I got to be a pass on secondary for sure.
Okay.
It's $150 retail.
Yes.
So I mean, if they're going for $700, I mean, I can't even remotely get there. If it was $500, I couldn't remotely get there.
Okay.
I go up to maybe 200, maybe just a little above retail.
Okay.
Personally, but score wise, I did take a sip to get a score. I would say I would give it I'd say a solid 7.5.
Okay.
And that's going to be probably that would be the second highest score I've given this year.
There you go.
Let me say 7.5.
Okay. Shannon, would you like me to go next, or are you up? You ready for your pass, try, or buy?
No, you can go.
Oh, thank you. Shannon's going to bring the reason here at the end, the anchor, if you will. So, Kenny, I'm going to sound like a broken record. I'm actually going to rate this whiskey an 8. I think it may have been my favorite thing that we've tried so far in 2025. I really liked the darkness of it. But even with that high endorsement, I don't think I could pay more than $300 for it.
Gotcha.
$150 if I see it at retail, which I probably will never see it at retail because we just don't get the same kind of distribution as other states do.
For Jack Daniels. That's something people don't understand.
Yeah,
I guess just where for bourbon here in Kentucky, what is it? 80% is produced in Kentucky or something? What's the number? I forgot. 90%.
Yeah,
something crazy.
Yeah.
So just Tennessee and Kentucky feud over that.
Yeah, we
do not get Jack Daniel's stuff here at all. Hardly nothing, zero.
And when it comes in, it's very limited. It's not like other states at all.
Super limited, just because they're basically like screw Kentucky.
Right,
So,
it must be.
I mean, it really is. I mean, that's the only explanation for it.
Right, I don't get it. But if I saw it, I would buy it 100% at $150, and I think my secondary cap's probably $300. It's funny. I said that the liquor box picks wasn't a terrible whiskey, and I stand by that. When I talk about this blind being, eye-opening, it's eye-opening that's an $80 whiskey and it's hanging with these big dogs. 2019
so that's stag, yeah, and that's the thing.
14-year-old.
I didn't ask you all because we didn't have much. Well, we are totally out of the JD14 samples, so I didn't want to prolong the episode. But I was going to ask, a lot of times I'll ask you, say, okay, what's your score, what's your ranking, but also what would you pay for a bottle?
Right.
And if we'd have done that, I think that our pick would have been within $50,
right,
of the other ones, I would say. Or for you, our actual pick finished first place, Shannon.
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably a good place to take it over. Right?
For me, it finished second place. So I mean, our pick is definitely strong.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so for the 14-year.
Yep. Official score.
Well, I'm a try.
Okay. Try.
I'm a try.
That's good.
I would have scored it higher if it was not next to your all's pick.
Oh, there you go. That's a good.
Because I feel like your all's pick's about an 8.
Oh, nice.
So I put this 14-year at about a 6, and I wouldn't buy it because I'm a chick and I drink for free everywhere I go.
That's great. I love that. I absolutely love it.
Baby daddy buys stuff. So.
There you go. Baby daddy. I'm gonna start calling you that now, Kenny.
I'm gonna start calling you Peggy.
That's gonna be an intro. Peggy, baby daddy, and Shannon.
Peggy, baby daddy. Peggy, baby daddy. Boom.
Did you got my thing down there right? I
8 o'clock. Yeah, 8. Yeah. So you gave the Evernorth Rhino an 8 as well. So that's your two highest scores.
My two highest scores. That makes sense. And I do score a little bit higher than everybody else, I feel like, sometimes when I like something.
Yeah, but this is, for me, so for you, it's tied for first place of the best of what you've tasted, or best release of 2025. Right. For me, it's a second place. So it's right up there, man. It's good stuff.
So you're telling me we might need to be spending some money on this bottle, potentially. I still don't want to spend secondary on it to get it.
No, we can't pay that much for it, man.
No way.
But remember, that's what we talked about. And that's why we're scoring bottles
Right.
for the pod now. Is if we cannot land a bottle of this closer to retail for the best of blinds, then we'll just leave it out, but we'll know what the score is. You know,
Right.
And what you said, the 300's the highest you could go?
for me, probably 200. Anthony said 300.
Okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind. Tomorrow, if a listener messages me and says, hey, I got one of those, I don't really like it, I'd be like, $300.
Well, when you take your trip down, your quick turnaround trip,
Oh, yeah.
will they
might
have
find
it in
it
the
down
gift?
there.
Yeah, will they
That's
have it
true.
in the gift shop or?
But
Well,
it could
no,
drop down
I mean,
there.
You
though.
never
Yeah.
know. Maybe. I'd be great. If I go down there and I end up with a bottle of this, I'd be really
You're on a
happy.
mission.
Yeah. The funny thing is,
Maybe
the
even- go ahead.
last time Jack Daniels dropped a 10 and 12, I was actually in Texas when that happened. And it's just more things to say about Total Wine. They had it in inventory on their sites, but I went to the store. So I actually lied a little bit. I've never been to a Lexington Total Wine in 4 years. In Texas, I went to Total Wine just to see if they had the JD because it said it was on site. It was in stock on their website, and when I went in there, same old Total Wine. They're like, "Oh no, we don't have it." I'm like, "But it says in stock right here," and they're like, "Oh, I don't know how." They were like,
They're horrible,
Yeah,
man.
so they had it, but they wouldn't sell it to me. So I did message. That was the last time I messaged someone I kind of knew through Total Wine, and I let it go after that. I was just like, you know something? It's just an awful company, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Can I tell you a Total Wine story that might make you feel just a little bit better?
About Total Wine?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. I'm always looking for things like that. You know, I mean, like Hallmark type stories involving Total Wine.
July 4th weekend, 2020, I guess. 2021.
I was still a shopper. then, I
2020.
think. Yeah.
So I guess they hired some kids, not kid, but like young people to work for the holiday weekend because of the traffic, right?
Yeah.
Because everybody's going to buy booze for July 4th.
Right.
So our son and I went in to get, I think it was the B520, wasn't it?
Elijah Craig, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so typically it'd be like limit one, so he and I went together so we could each get a bottle. But I assume he was a college kid. He's working. And so we get our bottles and he was like, hey, can I help you find anything? And we were like, yeah, do you have any more of this? And he was like, we sure do. And he comes back with a case.
Oh, really?
We walked out with a case and 2 bottles.
Oh, man. He probably got fired.
He probably did.
No, that's nice. That's awesome.
That's what happens when you hire kids for your holiday weekends.
No, that's... It's funny. They should have sold the whiskey to you. If you wanted it,
Sure.
they should have sold it to you. So, but I still was a shopper then, and I'm not anymore, and I don't regret it. Even the other day, I saw Jason Hale, and it was actually after we was met up for the Liquor Barn raffle, and he's like, I'm going to go over to Total Wine and check it out. You want to come? And I was like, oh, yeah, I'll be over there. And then it's funny, he's pulling out. I was like, thumbs down. I put a thumbs down out the window. I didn't go there. I went home. Come on, you kidding me? I don't know if he found anything or not, but anyway.
I mean, overall, I much prefer Liquor Barn to Total Wine here locally in Lexington area.
Right. If you're going to go big box,
Yeah.
I would be Kroger or Liquor Barn over Total Wine.
Ernie's always has good picks. Jackson's, I know that's your boys down there at Jackson's.
Yeah.
What I found, it's been wild. I don't know when the transition happened, but I really haven't gone to liquor stores much in the last probably year and a half.
Yeah.
I didn't really pay attention to when I stopped going, but I'm thinking back man, I don't go anymore.
You got a lot of free time on your hands now.
Well, not just,
Just
but
kidding.
just with all the picks that we do.
Right.
I'm just buying my picks that I've been on,
Right.
or their friends have been on, or something like that. Or like this JD14, I would, not pay what it's going for now, but I would buy that through the enthusiast market because it's never going to hit. I'm never going to find it here locally.
Right. Well, I hope we find a beat on that bottle, and
We need to, yeah.
be all good.
Boom.
And with that, thanks for listening to this episode. Please like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Mashup KY.
Don't forget to visit our partner, bourbonoutfitter.com. Enter code THEMASHUP for a special discount.
Also,
Head on over to our partner, the Woodwork Collective, at woodworkcollective.shop. Enter code MASHUP for a 15% discount.
let us know your thoughts on the bottle in the comment section. Until next time, keep it neat.